Rundown Monday, January 25th. I might as well throw on my Super Bowl Patriots vest that came in the mail today. That jacket I ordered the first time was too small, so I went with the next.
Going down with the ship. I respect
the one that was available.
That's slick.
I was gonna wear this all.
You would have looked great at the Super Bowl.
And can I just say, as a vest guy myself,
can I just say something? Lisa ads, they're still going. $75. Thing lasts for life. You go, you click it, you download it, and you have a $75 coupon to buy a mattress. No mattress would help me sleep for the next couple of weeks, but if any mattress could, it would be a Lisa mattress because they don't have the overhead. $5,000 mattresses, probably $500 now. This coupon never expires. Mattresses.
The vest, Dave, the vest. I'm going to say this as a vest guy myself. Knowing the San Francisco weather, it is perfect vest weather. It would have been delightful to wear that out on the streets of San Fran. Nice, like 55 degrees, kind of sunny, but maybe a little fog rolls in, then burns off. You still got the vest on.
Everybody was like, "Yo, Prez, nice vest, dude. You look great in that vest. Let's go, Pats."
You look like a stupid
Prez,
asshole.
You are Prez. We love you, man. Deflategate, defend the wall.
Me, dude. Retweet me. Fuck, Kensel's a bitch. Kensel's a bitch.
It's gonna be one of those rundowns. I'm here to stand up and face the music, and we're seeing a lot about humanity and how people treat people in moments like these. So whatever. Let's get into it. KFC, you're disgusting. You're disgusting.
Isn't it great? Isn't it beautiful? This is just
the Patriots game. Listen, I was wrong about our offense. I clearly thought with our guys back, we were going to be able to move the ball. We couldn't. I thought we'd score 30 points. We didn't.
Is that it?
Stunning. No, it was a stunning loss. It was a stunning loss, and it hurts.
Dan, were you stunned? Because I'm pretty sure you knew this was exactly what was going to happen.
I was kind of waiting, Dave. Were you gonna get to the part where you said, "Hey, Dan, you've been right all along. I apologize for laughing in your face the last 3 months."
If this is the game we're gonna play, you jumped off the Broncos, went on the Steelers, and then went back on the Broncos. You can't pick every team in the league, Dan.
All right, I see how defensive.
I'm not defensive. The thing that makes this worse, let me just say, the thing that makes this hurt more. Like, I have so many Super Bowl rings, I can't even hold them all in two hands. I cup them. I can't hold them all. They're too big. They're too heavy. I can't carry all the rings, so we don't get the fifth. Big deal, right? Wrong. Here's why it hurts so much. It's the Deflategate thing. It's Roger Goodell. We needed him. Every question had to be, hey, Goodell, how do you feel about making up Deflategate? Now we're going to smash the Lombardi Trophy. That's what makes this season unique. And when you're a Patriot fan, every season is sort of unique, like the 18-0 season, only team ever to go undefeated. That made that hurt. That'll never be repeated. This, getting a chance to stab Roger Goodell in his fucking heart and rip it out and eat it and all that good stuff, this opportunity will never come back. So that's what makes it hurt. Guys, I'm hurting. If you guys want to rub it in and stomp on somebody who's already dead, then do your thing. That's fine. I'm here. People are like, oh, you won't be here. I'm always here.
Okay, all right then. Let's do that.
I'm always here.
Let's go.
I am always here to stand up and accept it and take the music. I'm going to say this. I think Brady's getting a couple quick points, and you guys can do whatever you want to do. You can dance on graves, and I have so many rings I can't stand it. But let me just say this. Brady's getting a bad rap. The heat was so hard. 2 bad interceptions, no doubt.
Wait. Are you saying the pressure that when you laughed in my face on Thursday?
Yeah, you said so many things. I mean, you throw out every team in the league.
Okay. All right. Okay, the pressure got there. Like I said,
pressure got home.
The defense is so good, it might be able to get there, and Brady might have a long day.
I was wrong about that.
And I think your exact quote was, "Ha ha ha, Dan, we're gonna win. We're gonna win by 1 million. This is a cakewalk. This is a bye in the Super Bowl."
I thought it was. I didn't see this game being a problem. I saw the Super Bowl. I saw the Super Bowl being a problem. I didn't think this game was going to be a problem. I underestimated the air. I didn't expect Gronk to be on the sideline, needing oxygen.
Are you fucking serious? Are you serious right now? Did you just say you underestimated the fucking air?
Yeah.
This was your version of contact. Everything you said basically went wrong. They got to Brady. Home field advantage was an issue. Gronk wasn't there when you needed him.
No, hold on. Gronk, Gronk wasn't there for that one drive. Gronk, that was Gronk's maybe best game as a professional.
You're right. I'm just saying everything that you hung your hat on and everything you guaranteed.
Edelman.
No, timeout. It's one fucking thing. I thought we get the ball quicker than the rush got there. I was wrong.
Edelman was kind of nowhere for a lot of the game. And I know obviously that's pressure, but still, like you're a big Edelman guy. You're saying Edelman is a difference maker. When everyone gets healthy, we're gonna kill everyone. Everyone tore his back on, except when Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware can beat down Brady's throat in a second.
And that throw that Brady made, and everyone's like, oh, the throw he made to Gronk to keep the fourth down going down to like the 10 or 15. If they ever got that 2-point conversion, that may be the number one highlight on the beating he took to make that throw. I almost cry thinking about it. It was such a gutsy, heroic throw. And let's be honest, you guys, Peyton Manning, these Peyton Manning people, like
who's saying that Peyton Manning won that game? No one is.
No one is. Well, then I have a weird timeline because
you have a selective. I mean, it's when you retweet only the people that tell you you're good. You have a selective memory.
No, I don't.
Peyton Manning had an unbelievable first drive. He played well when they had that turnover. He threw another touchdown to Owen Daniels. I said in my rewind, Peyton Manning spent the entire second half just getting like the camera showing him sitting there. That's it. I think every drive, Broncos drive, was like 9 seconds long in the second half. He didn't do anything in the second half.
That defense. The fact that the Pats had like 9 fourth-quarter chances and that defense stood up was remarkable. I mean, the way Carolina's playing is like, they could easily roll in there and do their thing. But if that defense plays even remotely that good again, they can beat anybody. That was unbelievable. The fact they blitzed the 17% of their time, their season low, and hit Brady 20 times. They did all that without blitzing.
It's almost like in football, if you have an unbelievable defense, it could beat anyone. It's almost like that.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that, Dave? Who would have said that?
I didn't think. What do you want me to say? I mean, it's if you throw something out every time, Dan. And
no, Dave, I've been saying it for 3 months. Here's the thing.
Defense played great. Their defense, and obviously it allowed them to put more men in coverage because they didn't have to blitz and they were getting there in a heartbeat. And great. And I should have brought my rings and stuck them in my ears so I didn't have to hear all this fucking trash talk. And KFC, like, you never had a team to root for. You don't know what success. You don't know what guys dying for you. You have your stupid Mets who've been to the World Series once in like 100 years. And then half of them leave and half of them won't resign. You hate your team. You actually hate your team, Kevin. I love my guys. I love my guys. So you're not going to catch me turning tail. I knew yesterday was fucked, and I still haven't gotten an answer on this.
No, you didn't. Yeah, after it got fucked. We've been telling you for weeks that the Broncos shouldn't be slept on, and you said that there's no chance the Broncos could win.
You guys
put T-shirts on sale, Dave. You put T-shirts on sale for a Super Bowl.
I do that every year, Dan, and we've been to 3,000 Super Bowls. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Don't selectively, all these selective choose, you jinxed him, you did this. We have so many fucking championships that, like, I can't even fit them in my pocket. So I do the same thing anyway. Let me say something, Dan. I was not worried. Before the game started, God is my witness. When the Patriots received the kick, I was like, that's fucking weird. And my eyebrow went up. I was like, oh, what was that? I wasn't worried when they went down and scored on that first drive. I was like, oh, that's not a good start. I'm not fucking worried. Then when we scored the touchdown on the Peyton Manning, when he threw it like backwards lateral, and we scored, I'm like, everything's under control. When Gostowski missed that extra point, on the heels of receiving, I knew this was a strange day.
Bad omen.
That had nothing to do with their defense. Nothing. It was just Gostowski misses an extra point. The guy, he never like.
Do you know what team wanted the extra point to be moved back in the offseason?
I don't care about that. People are like, that doesn't bother me. The guy never missed that. And God bless his heart, he's like crying in the locker room. And I felt for him. I wanted to go put my arm around and be like, it's a team game. It's a team game. But I knew.
I mean, you told Blair Walsh to kill himself in the same circumstances.
Yeah, but Dan, again, you gotta you guys what you don't put together.
It's both sides of your mouth at all times.
No, it's both sides of your fat face. What you don't realize is
Blair
Walsh has never won a goddamn thing, and the Vikings haven't won a playoff game. When you've been given some of the best days of your life, hey, go play the clip of Quite a Game, fellas. When I lost my voice, that was the best day of my life. When a team has given you so many highs and great moments and just things that like KFC will never see in his life, you got to understand there's going to be heartbreak with it. You can't be in the biggest, baddest games every single year. You're not going to win them all. So Blair Walsh, when you're in one, you better perform. My guys, listen, I'm fucking drinking champagne with Rick Ross last year. I'm disappointed. I'm crushed because I wanted Roger Goodell to have to fucking eat shit. I want to fucking shove it down his fucking throat. But being mad at my guys, I can't. My guys have given me so much. And you guys could learn a little thing about fandom.
Are you afraid that like you're not even going to be able to blog anymore? I feel like you've forgotten how to be a normal human now that you've lost like your entire persona. Like Goodell wins, you lose, the Patriots didn't come through, everything you said was going to happen.
Don't come through every year. It just seems like they do. And we'll be back next year. Kevin, I'm going to be back.
But it's over for
in the
you.
AFC. It's not over. It's not the show.
Year.
It's not over till I say it's over. It's not over as long as Belichick's there. It's over this year. Big deal. It's been over a lot of years.
This was Davey Page views versus NFL and Goodell.
We'll be right back.
Patriots versus the world. And you lost.
You want to talk about what about those tablets? I'm not making excuses. Imagine if that tablet thing happened the other way around. If that was a Patriot home game, it would be tablet gate. Roger Goodell would be going nuts. We'd lost 30. That tablet thing. If you don't think that tablet thing reversed, if you don't think that would be World War 19, can I talk?
Can I talk? You've only talked this time. Your good friend Bill said that the tablets go out all the time.
Yeah, because we're a stand-up team, Dan. Because when we lose, we say us. We're not the fucking Colts. We're not the Ravens. We're not the NFL. We're the only team that has the man balls to say, you know what? When we win, it's because we're better than you. And when we lose, it's because you beat us.
Spin zone. Dave, here's the problem. And
that's a bad spin zone?
People get mad at Kevin and I because they think that we're, like, picking on Patriots fans.
You are.
I've actually separated my brain that there are a lot of Patriots fans out there that are not you, and they probably hate the way you act.
You're just trying to entice.
All we did yesterday was because of you, Dave. You spent the last year saying you're going to stick your fucking cock down Roger Goodell's
I thought we were.
You said you're going to kill everyone. Then you lost to the Eagles and the Jets and the Dolphins.
Everyone got injured.
You laughed at me every time I brought up the Broncos defense.
I didn't think the Broncos were a threat, but I said the Super Bowl was a threat.
We can't have a real. Everyone thinks I can't have a real football conversation because I don't want to talk about the Broncos being a threat. That's a direct quote. Are you scared of the Broncos at all?
No.
Because their defense is very legit.
I don't care.
Do you think there'll be any problem going to Denver?
Zero.
I know can't have real football conversations because I won't talk about the Broncos and how big of a threat they are. I am not worried about the AFC is a joke with the exception of us, but the Patriots are 1,000 million billion times better than the Broncos. They really are. We are going to blow. We're going to walk to the Super Bowl. We're going to walk to the Super Bowl. I don't care. Okay. I did not think the Broncos were a threat.
Right, but I was the one who couldn't have a.
You said everybody. You said the Steelers were a threat. You said the Broncos were a threat. You said the Seahawks were a threat. You say everybody's a threat.
Okay. All right.
You were right about one of them. It's like just fucking shooting fish in a barrel.
If you said,
you know what? It's
you have always been right about everything with the Patriots ever. That's what you said. I reward loyalty, and people who know that the Patriots will cakewalk to the Super Bowl.
I thought they would.
Okay,
I'm not.
So just Dave, and then on top of all that,
I'm not denying that.
On top of all that, Wisconsin loses the national title. You're there to laugh in my face.
I didn't laugh in your face.
Blown out by the Mets. You're there to laugh in my face.
I didn't laugh in your face. I defended you with the Mets Cubs. I defended you, Dan. Kevin was being an arrogant son of a bitch, and I came to your defense. It was like, Kevin, enough.
Royals beat the Mets. You wear a Royals hat the next day. Just shut the fuck up and stop being a bitch and take it for once.
I'm not being a bitch. I'm not being a bitch.
You're being a bitch. And the best part is we can go back and look at the blogs you wrote where you laid it all on the line. You were like, this is my entire life. Everything is building up to this point. And so now we know, like, you're a shell of a man.
I'm crushed.
You're broken. There's no recourse. Can't weasel out of this. So just take it. Just be
Who's
like, I
weaseling
was
out of
wrong.
it?
My team wasn't as good as I thought, and that's it.
No, my team was as good as I thought. Denver's defense was better than I thought.
You have said over and over, everything you ever say about the Patriots is correct. That
Right.
can never be said anymore.
When we go win the Super Bowl next year, this will be a distant memory, and I'll say it again.
Right.
This is not owning it. Just
I am owning it. I didn't even sleep last night.
you're like
I embarrassed. I didn't sleep.
Just say
I have strep throat remnants.
Just say I was wrong about everything. Just say it.
I know.
You were wrong. You were wrong about home field advantage. You were wrong.
I was
about
wrong
Brady.
about home
You were
field
wrong
advantage.
about
I was
their
wrong about the
defense. You were
Broncos
wrong about
defense. I
everything.
wasn't wrong about the Hart championship medal. I wasn't wrong about fucking Brady having the balls after getting hit 20 times still to move the team. I wasn't wrong about Gronk having one of the greatest sublime performances I've ever seen. So there was a lot of stuff I was right about. We lost on a fucking... Here's what people do, and I didn't think this would be the game. This drives me nuts, and I haven't listened to talk radio because I won't, because I'm not going to subject my ears to fucking that garbage. But people make drastic, like... sweeping generalizations when you lose a game like this. Oh, the Patriots offensive line, all this stuff. Football, you guys would have no idea about this, but when you get to like the final four, final two, it's a game of inches. It can go for you or it could go against you.
Wait. Back up. You
I know what
always
you're
said
gonna
the
say.
Super Bowl's a tough game. You have
I
never
was
said
wrong.
this game was going to be a tough game.
I
So
was
shut
wrong
the
about
fuck
this
up.
one. But
don't tell me this game was a game of inches when you told us all
it was. In
year
hindsight,
that
it was.
The AFC was a joke.
In hindsight, it was. If we re-scramble to play this game, that we beat these guys 75 out of 100 times. Not a doubt in my brain.
No.
But you go back to last year,
you can't
we
do
could have
this.
lost to the Ravens. We could have lost to the Seahawks. We could have beaten the Giants twice. It's just the league is so close.
can't do this,
A
Dave.
play goes
See-
this way, a play goes that way. I'm saying I like my guys, and I like this team, and if I had to re-pick with my life on it, who wins the Super Bowl, I'd pick the Patriots again.
Dave, you can't. This is you not owning it.
I'm
You have
owning
said-
it.
No, stop. Let me talk. Just stop. You've talked 90% of this.
You've talked 97% of this.
This is so sad. I actually feel
You're
bad.
sad.
Like, you have nothing. You have nothing right now. This is a man who
I've
has
owned it. I've said what you want me to say. The Broncos had a great defense, better than I thought.
I don't think you can do this show anymore. I don't think you can run that anymore, Dave.
Kevin, you're the biggest loser on the planet. I lost in the AFC Championship. Grow
If
up.
the Patriots
Make
Dave,
the playoffs.
if the Patriots had lost in a crazy play in the Super Bowl, I would have said to you, Dave, you did call this because you said the Super Bowl is always tough and it's a game of inches. You have said over and over and over and over this year that the AFC sucks and it's a cakewalk and you're not concerned. So don't then tell me that this game was a game of inches and it just things happen that you don't know. Shut up. You just
I've said 1,000 times I was wrong about that. It's obvious I was wrong about that.
right, but you spent the last year. Then don't just come back with football's a tough sport. You guys don't understand. Just say I was wrong.
The Broncos were better.
I was wrong about everything.
The Broncos were much better than I gave them credit for on
Just say
defense.
you were wrong about everything.
I was wrong about the Broncos. I was right
wrong.
about the Patriots.
You
Wrong
are-
about the
the
Broncos.
Patriots weren't good enough, man. The
No, they
Patriots
are
weren't
good enough. They are good enough. Shut your mouth. They are good enough. That's what you're
You
wrong.
are
They
an
are
idiot.
good enough.
You are an
If they
idiot.
play that game again, that's like saying the Seahawks weren't good enough
No,
when
you know
we
what's the
beat them. They
sickest
were
part
good
about
enough.
this?
They were good enough.
Do you
They
know
were
what's the
good
sickest
enough.
part about
We're
this?
good enough. You're not good enough. You wouldn't know good enough if it slapped you in the face because you've never seen it.
Do you know what the sickest part about this is? If the Patriots get that 2-point conversion and then win in overtime on a field goal, you literally would have stood here and told us that the Patriots killed the Broncos and
Nope.
they're so much better and they're the fucking. And I told you the AFC was a cakewalk. You would have
I
done
would
the
never
whole
do
Dave
that. I would never
Portnoy
do
El
that.
Prez shtick.
Nope,
You would
I
have.
wouldn't have done it. I would have said that was one of the greatest comebacks by Tom Brady. And I know he didn't play great, but he showed so much courage and those huge old balls he has. I'm just so proud to root for him.
Dave,
That's
I
what I
have
would
two
have
questions.
said.
I have two final questions. One, do you regret basically not playing against Miami when Belichick was like, and you said it all along, like, doesn't matter, we can play on the moon and we'll fucking win. Do you regret that?
Yes.
Okay, number two, what happened to your Steven Jackson prediction? Because that one was a big prediction.
Wrong.
He was going to look great. The 32-year-old
That
running
was
back
wrong.
who was
I was
out
wrong.
of the NFL was going to come to the Patriots and be a force. He did have a touchdown.
I was
He
wrong.
had 8 yards on 4 rushes.
I was wrong.
Wrong.
Very wrong.
Dead wrong about everything.
About everything.
You were wrong.
Don't say that.
You were
Do not
wong
say that.
about everything.
Can I ask one more? Because this one actually is like a kind of X's and O's thing. The McDaniels play call on the 4th and 1, when they basically had the ball like a floater to Edelman, and the whole team, the Broncos were able to tackle him short. What do you think about that call?
The actual play call or going for it?
I liked going for it. I didn't disagree with going for it. I thought the play call sucked.
All right.
He got cute with it.
And
he didn't get cute with it. He didn't get cute with it. There was heavy pressure, and he ended up lobbing it, and it wasn't Edelman's man who tackled him, so it gave them time to react. Here's my thing. If you get the ball to Edelman and he can see he's so shaky, shifty, I think he gets a yard. I would have rather just throw it to him direct and right. I don't know where the screens and my mind didn't shut off last night. The 2-point conversion, I had that haunting feeling, but you knew that play. They had the whole game. Like, what are we going to run? I knew they were going to score. I knew they were going to score, but I'm like, they're not going to get the 2. I just knew that's how it was going to end. Edelman under center out of the shotgun.
You say you wish they had done Wildcat
on the 2-point conversion?
Yeah.
Okay. I love Wildcat. Run it.
Because he's the shiftiest fucking motherfucker. He's a quarterback. I don't know if they have that in there. Like, I think that play works. But
the other thing is, I mean,
the 4th and 1, that was another pressure play. He it with the ball was in the air for 10 minutes.
But Dave, and we've had this discussion before. We've had this disagreement. I mean, you just have to be able to run the ball in the playoffs. I know the Patriots have won before, but they kind of didn't, because didn't LeGarrette Blount have a huge playoff game?
Where's Indy?
Yeah, but you still you have to be able to get those hard yards, and you have to have the threat of running. Where they basically would line up for 4th and 1. It was like they can't run the ball, so they're obviously going to pass. And I don't know. I don't know if that's McDaniels. I don't know if that's Belichick or how the Patriots are set up. I get that you can. The Patriots have run this way, but when you need the tough yards, the 4th and 1s, the 4th and goals, the 2-point conversions, not being able to run really fucking hurts.
It certainly would have helped to have the threat of the run on that play. I actually thought people are going to be like, you're crazy. I thought they ran the ball too much yesterday after it was so painfully obvious that they couldn't run at all. They were never going to gain a yard. So every time you ran, they were having so many problems throwing, you needed all 3 downs and hope you hit one of them to just give away a first down, which they did a couple times, put them behind the 8 ball. The other thing Brady did, which Brady avoided in the second half, 5 sacks with virtually unbelievable throws to in the dirt but kind of near. He really is. People are killing him because the first half he didn't play well. Second half, under the heat he was under, he played pretty fucking good.
He did miss a couple. He missed that wheel route to James White.
But I thought White was weird going for the football.
It's a running back playing as
what are you laughing at, Kevin? I can't say that. That's an intelligent thing, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just funny that how much praise Brady's getting. He threw 2 shitty interceptions.
He
couldn't move the ball on the first half, and they couldn't get it. I mean,
did you see? I didn't watch any of it. Carson Palmer, I flipped over for sight. He was literally throwing the ball up for grabs every single play that I saw in the second half. I watched a minute of it. Brady was making the play he threw. He threw a couple to Edelman in the second half, where and Gronk, where he stood up and threw darts after literally getting pummeled all game.
I mean, Dave, you can't get mad at Kevin for now laughing at this serious football talk when you've laughed at all my serious football talk.
I haven't laughed, Dan. I think I thought you were wrong and a fool, and you jump around. I couldn't keep track of who your team de jure was.
You know what killed you was being so cocky that you posted the video of the highlights of the rundowns of me warning you. I had even forgotten that all those moments had happened. Saying, "Are you worried about going to Denver?"
I stand by everything I do.
You put it on the website.
I regret nothing. When I die on my tombstone, they'll say, "I regret nothing." I don't regret it. I was wrong. Big deal. I can live with it. You guys want to talk about this? What?
You were wrong, and then at the bottom of the tombstone, about everything.
No, not about everything. And then you know what? I'll have my fucking.
Rings
I'll have
on
the
top of
diamonds taken out of my 4 rings, and they'll be on the stone, and your stone's just going to be blank. People won't even know you're buried there because you have nothing to show for your life.
It'll be one of those pauper graves that's just like a little rock.
That'll be him.
Yeah,
that'll be him. Never won anything. That's just what it'll be. Just loser.
It's so sad that you I actually am shocked that you went to that so quickly today. Like I knew going to the rundown, you would eventually be like, "Listen, guys, if you wouldn't understand what it's like to," you did that like 30 seconds in.
You played your trump card real quick. I have so many rings.
I didn't play anything. I didn't play anything.
You lose. That's how you know you lost your argument.
No, when you have guys who you've watched and have given you so many great moments and have died for you on the field, you care about them more. It's almost the only thing I can compare it to is when the Celtics lost Game 7 to the Lakers. I love KG and Pierce. I felt for them. I felt for these guys. I feel for them. I feel for them.
Shut the fuck
up. I feel for
Next
me.
Topic, you loser.
That's a loser. You're a loser. You don't know what that's my whole point, Kevin. Nobody's ever won anything or given you an ounce of gratitude or joy in your life. So you don't know. You have no empathy or compassion or feeling or anything. You're just like a fucking empty body of fucking hell.
You're a vessel.
He's a vessel. You're a vessel.
With no soul.
Super Bowl. If you guys want to talk about
wait,
it,
but by the way, you have to be worried now that this is all your fault for moving, right?
It's an important point.
Now you said this very.
So what happened? What happened, Kevin? What happened when it was 18-0 and we lost to the Giants? What was that fault? Twice.
There are things in this world where sometimes the access shifts and things drastically change. You said it could happen with Shea being born. Now we're talking about something that's as monumental as that. You picking up and abandoning your city, and it happens to coincide with a terrible loss that you guaranteed would never happen. Gotta be worried.
And
they've lost like 7 times since I started, and they've won 4. I'm the greatest good luck charm the city's ever seen, and it'll stay that way.
But now you're leaving that city.
I'm leaving the city so I can go deal with fucking cockfaces like you.
Dave, you went to Michigan. They won a national title. You left. They haven't won anything since. You started Barstool Boston in Boston. They won a ton of titles. You're about to leave.
Benedict Portnoy.
I'm just saying, man. I'm
just
not
grasping at straws. Grasping at straws.
You can tell it's making you a little nervous.
It's not making me nervous.
See his legs.
I don't believe in jinxes. I don't believe in voodoo. I don't believe in the fucking boogeyman. I believe that KFC's kids probably curse, but other than that, nothing. The Super Bowl. I'm not going to talk. I think I'm going to San Francisco still. We have this fucking house. People are like, oh, you didn't buy a non-refundable house before the Super Bowl.
Why didn't you just wait 24 hours on the house?
Because, Dan, there was no chance we were losing that football game in my brain. And 2, there weren't many, we're near the place you want to be in San Fran. There weren't many available. It's like, I'm going to jump on this bad boy right now. I just didn't think they were going to lose. But now the churning group doesn't want that house to be empty, so it's like...
Your boss is not happy because old Portnoy, when he actually owned Barstool, that's just whatever. We don't have to
ashtray money. You eat
that. But now, I mean, now you have.
You guys want to talk about the Super Bowl? That's the next subject.
Man, breathing down your neck, Dave. You don't have it. You're not even controlling your own ship anymore.
I'll probably just go to. You know what I'll probably do? I'll go to that house. I'll check in, dirty up my bed a little bit so it looks like it's been slept in. Head fucking slip on down to Napa for a week and just get some fucking massages, drink some fucking cab 97 and just fucking relax. No TVs. I don't want to hear a fucking word. Just chill out and fucking get some massages and let the world take me away. And then you know what? I'll be back next year in this time with you two fuckers in person. I'm going to chain you down sloth style like Goonies with your eyes open as we fucking win the Super Bowl next year. I guarantee you we're there.
You wouldn't be able to do the Napa thing because your ego. I mean, you couldn't go 2 minutes without posting a vine of you sipping wine.
It's true. You would get caught. You would shoot yourself in the foot.
So you have nothing on the Super Bowl?
I'll ask you this, Dave. And I wrote this blog. Are the Panthers the most disrespected 15-win team in history? I mean, they were minus 2.5, minus 3, and now for the Super Bowl, they're minus 4. Could you imagine if the Patriots were 15-1 and they'd be a 10-point favorite? It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, they were 12.5, right? when they were 17-1 or 17-0.
Yeah,
that Patriot team though was beating teams by like 50.
I mean, the Panthers, I get that they let teams back in, but they've also put a spanking on teams when they've been playing in like the first. I mean, they put a spanking on the Seahawks. Remember, they killed the Packers. They let those teams back in, but
I already told you I don't want to be a part of this conversation.
I'm trying to decide who I want. I'm trying to decide whether I want Peyton to be able to dance all over your grave, or like Greg Olsen will literally dance on your grave and like tweet at you and make fun of you and stuff. So I'm kind of deciding who I want in that.
I like Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen's a friend of mine. I'd have no problem with him winning. I don't care about Peyton. Everyone knows he has nothing to do with it. See, you asked me like, Dan, who's talking Peyton? Asshole just did.
No, I know that you actually care about Peyton because you blog about him every single fucking day.
But Peyton has nothing.
This actually reminded me of a stat. Did you see that one floating around, Dave? Brady has 4 playoff losses, and then he has 5 against the Manning brothers. 4 against other QBs, 5 against the Manning brothers.
The whole family just runs your life, Dave.
It's tough. That's a tough stat.
Like all the most important moments
Peyton
of your
Manning,
life.
you mean Trent Dilfer? That's who we played yesterday.
Oh, speaking of Trent Dilfer, you called him a buffoon for saying the Broncos would go to the Super Bowl. I expect an apology now.
I think Trent Dilfer can suck my dick. That's what I think.
Heard it here first.
Okay, great Super Bowl talk. LeBron, a couple things. First, over the weekend, he got his coach fired and then has the audacity. First, they say he had nothing to do with it, and then he doubled down when everyone's like, it was Windhorst tweeted LeBron had nothing to do with this. Then he doubled down, and he's like, I didn't know we fired him, like, caught me by surprise. And then we have the first game, he stole Tyronn Lue's cushion. Have you guys seen this video? They're sitting on cushions on the bench, and LeBron didn't like his cushion on his seat, so he took his cushion, threw it off Lou's face, and Lou gave him his cushion to sit on because it had more cush. This guy is a human cancer. It was the only thing that sort of cheered me up when I see it, and I can write that blog. At least LeBron's being LeBron. I know that fucking rat will never get a title. I got 4 in New England. He's got 0 in Cleveland, so I can live with that. What do you got? And by the way, Clem report. Hey, somebody tell fucking Clem to like lay off the LeBron hating blogs. All right, those are mine. Dan tried to steal LeBron from me, and then Clem stole LeBron from Dan. But I get the LeBron blogs. Dan?
Did you see the Blatt like smiling ear to ear on the street? He's the happiest guy in the world.
Happiest guy.
I think the NBA is not going to allow it, but if he is still technically allowed to coach the All-Star game, because he should be, and just sits LeBron the whole time and doesn't let him play, that would be the ultimate power move. LeBron, Windhorst, poor Windhorst. I don't know if he was put up to it, if he was caping for LeBron, but like to get in front of the world and be that big of a joke and have everyone laugh in your face when you say LeBron had nothing to do with this is unbelievable. And then on top of all of it, I think LeBron's going to like this Tyronn Lue guy, because if you saw after the game, Tyronn Lue was like, yeah, their conditioning wasn't right. Like they didn't have they couldn't play the pace I wanted them to play. The fucking Bulls stink, man. Like, the Bulls were losing games left and right, and they go into Cleveland and they beat them by fucking 13. That has nothing to do with pace. So I think LeBron's going to like this guy because he's got the nice excuses, like, all lined up about being in shape and bullshit like that.
Kevin, you got anything?
It's got to be the worst job, like the worst coaching job in sports, to be his head coach. I mean, I don't think who would LeBron be happy with, like, ever? I mean, I can't decide if there's anybody who would have enough clout or enough respect as a head coach that LeBron would just shut the fuck up and play his game. Because this is going to happen again. I mean, Tyronn Lue is next up. It's just he's going to keep doing this until he gets his ring. It's got to be the worst job.
He's not going to get a ring now. Like, that's a real thing in Cleveland. He's 30 years old. He's 31 years old. The Warriors don't look like they're going to, stop being great. The Spurs are awesome.
If he doesn't get a ring, he might as well have no rings, because the 2 in Miami, by going back, it doesn't mean anything.
As much as I hate your like crazy hot takes, Skip Bayless thing with LeBron, I actually kind of agree with that.
I mean, he's put it all back on himself. Last one. I consider Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio the same people, just so we clarify. So there were, I don't know which one actually did. I think Cruz had the video of him in like college being an absolute skinny little rat that you just wanted to stick in your pocket and fucking choke his lights out.
Well, my aspiration is to, I don't know, be in a teen tit film like that guy who played Horatio. Take over the world domination, rule everything, rich, powerful, that sort of stuff.
And then Rubio, we had, I believe, playing cornhole, throwing overhand. Two of the most politician moves from basically the same guy. And now people can be like, oh, this politics. I don't care about politics. They're the same fucking people. These videos sum up everything about politicians you ever. They're not like real humans. I don't know where they come from, but they're not real humans. Big Cat.
I don't know if you guys knew a person in college who was like a politician who wanted to be a politician, but you're absolutely right. They were always like something about them bothered you. This video is perfect, saying he wants to dominate the world at 18. And I didn't see the cornhole thing, but I mean, that's like politicians do that shit all the time. They'll eat pizza with a fork. Like they just do shit that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot this is just a really rich white guy who has no idea what like the regular people do in the world.
It's not just overhand. He like shoots it like a basketball. He's like
free throw.
Kobe. It's awful. It's so bad. And this is why guys like Trump can gain a little bit of traction, because all he has to do is go out there and just be like a normal person. No matter how ridiculous or how stupid he is, he would just throw a cornhole underhand. He wouldn't make a video saying that he's gonna dominate the world and shit like that. It's if you can be normal, you're gonna get played.
Can I just say a little side thing that I see starting to gain a little traction? Let's fast forward and Trump wins. But Melania, is that his wife's name?
Yes.
Best first lady like
of all
ever.
time.
Like, I don't even know. She doesn't really like being in public, I don't think. She's always like slurking around behind the scenes. I would need a Melania Trump first lady cam like 24/7. 24/7. That's the rundown. Anything?
Should we talk about what's Dave Portnoy gonna do now?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you do now?
I think I'm trying to remember what it was. I think we're gonna go back to like endless blogs about school administration, right? That's you're gonna go back to your old bread and butter.
Yeah, what did Dave Portnoy do before the El Prez Patriots shtick went like out of control? Who are you gonna go back to?
We need K.O. Barstool to like step up so you can actually have a career again.
You're like Mark Wahlberg in Rockstar when he like has to quit the band and re-find himself and be like, what like made me have the passion to sing to start?
No, listen,
you're like Brooks in Shawshank. You should just hang yourself. You should just kill yourself.
Be a man and kill yourself. Dude.
Dave was here and jump off.
If you were a real Patriots fan, you'd kill yourself right now. That's actually true.
No, I mean, I feel terrible. I didn't sleep last night. I'm very depressed, and nothing's an act. People think it's a shtick. I knew it wasn't a shtick when I couldn't sleep. I can't even breathe. I can't eat right. It stinks. It really stinks. But I've been low before with this team. That's, again, I keep saying it. The highs are really high and the lows are really low. That's what happens when you are a heavyweight champion fighter and you're in these fights all the time. And, you know, if you win, it's great. If you lose, losing hurts more than winning feels good.
This moment right now is worse than the post rundown for the Super Bowl after last year.
I'm lower now than I was higher then, yeah.
Good.
I mean, Dave, you getting upset that like we're after what you've done for the last year, it's patently ridiculous.
I'm not upset. I think
polite, yeah. I feel like
you guys don't respect somebody who wears their heart on the sleeve. You don't understand what we've been through. You haven't walked a mile in my shoes. You haven't been in jail. You haven't been persecuted. You haven't been alienated. You haven't had to defend the wall like I have, so it hurts.
But Dave, you do realize that like this whole everyone's out to get the Patriots, that's really not that true. It's that we all just hate you.
Oh, so Deflategate was made up by...
No, I'm talking about now. Like people, like I think people just for the most part are relishing
like actually, like, I mean, even on camera, off camera, every way, Like, that's what makes me hate every fiber of your being, and Kevin's, is when you say stuff like, I bring it on. I react. Like, we get attacked, and I react.
Dave, no. Separate the two, okay? Deflategate Dave was actually kind of funny. Like, going after ESPN, doing your whole thing, Goodell lies, because they did get caught. Like, we all can kind of agree. The NFL got caught looking like assholes. Chasing Mike Kensel on media day, hilarious. All of us agree with that. There is then cocky Patriots, Dave. The Patriots have a bye to the AFC, the kill everyone tour. Those are two different guys. The first one is funny and great entertainment. The second one is obnoxious and awful, and the reason why we're dancing on your grave now.
No, it's the reason why all these controversies start, and then you got to bulk up and defend. And listen, I was wrong. I wasn't cocky. I was wrong.
About everything.
No, not about everything, Kevin. Get a haircut.
You were cocky? What? Did you just say you were cocky?
I said the Super Bowl would be hard.
I
was one game off. I was one game off. I said we'd go to the Super Bowl and it'll be hard. I was wrong. The hard game came a week before. I was one game off. Most people who give predictions like this get fucking put in history books. Like, he was fucking right. I said it would be hard in the Super Bowl. It was hard in the AFC title game. I was wrong about the Broncos. Their defense was better. I was wrong about home field advantage because it was the Broncos. I was wrong. I don't know what else I can say. I'm being a man about it. I stepped in front of the camera. I said I was fucking wrong.
Minimizing the last 6 months to being one game off, being wrong about one game is so ridiculous.
I was wrong about one game.
You were one game off. You were just one game off. That was it.
You know what actually is sad too, though? Your post game blog and reaction to the game was like a normal sports fan.
Yeah.
Like any Patriots fan, when Gostowski missed that extra point, everybody was like, oh, fuck, something's going on here. And you admitted that. Had they won that game, though, you never would have admitted that. You would have said it's kill everyone. It was never in doubt.
Wrong.
So for a minute,
wrong. Because go look at my pipeline. I have a fucking emergency press conference halftime that I just couldn't get uploaded. I said the same thing. I said, I'm nervous as fuck. I was going to post that at halftime.
And that is such a departure from the way you've been for the past year.
Right.
But what don't you get? Like, for the past year, Gostowski hasn't missed an extra point.
Because you don't watch football.
All these things rolled up. All right, you just summed it up perfectly. I tell you how I feel, the truth at all times, and I'm generally like, there's no way we're going to lose. Yesterday, for the first time in a year, barring the Super Bowl, when I was slumped in my seat before the interception, I'm like, I have a weird mojo.
And you just summed it up. That's why you're a cocky asshole who doesn't watch football, because if you were never once concerned about going to Denver and playing that defense, you just don't pay attention.
I'm right 99.9% of the time. I was wrong by one game. Thank you, and God bless. And Patriot fans, please remain strong.